Let you in on an aspect of the world that you're not normally accustomed to.
I could have been a totally different person.
Yeah, right now.
Since 12 hours ago.
Could have been wearing a business suit today. Who knows?
With a fanny pack.
With a fanny pack. Just classing up the joint.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's the only kind of ideas I have, sir.
It's Corner House Chronicles Day.
It's just different enough.
And here's the kicker, boss. They're all the same personality.
They're assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 1.5 million asshole penguins.
Best part.
I'm going to try and pace it out, so just as you forget about me, I'll just pop in and remind you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the next episode of Corner House Chronicles. I'm John.
I'm Jason.
And with us this evening
It's Pez.
is Pez. Pez is here.
Woo woo.
Good afternoonish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
morning.
coming by.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
Beautiful day out for a bike ride.
Indeed.
It's quite a bike ride from where you get. From where you stay, too. Nice ride.
Not horrible. Not horrible by any means.
I see you wear the helmet.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
I applaud you on that because
Yeah.
you don't go for like the pussy little like skull cap one. You go for like full on like football helmet.
No, and my wife was laughing about it. Right? So when we had the helmet law,
Yeah.
like I had the minimal with the sticker so that I look legal and this and that. And then as soon as the law passed, we didn't need them. I'm like, I need a 3/4 helmet.
Just buy a football helmet and take the mask off of it.
Right, well, plus I had this one just came out. It's got move over printed backwards across the front.
Nice.
Right?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sold.
How convenient.
Right.
Because guess who's in a hurry
Right.
all the time?
The guy in your rear view there says, move over. It's a good choice.
Yeah, so I'm always I got a bad habit of wanting to just pass people and just go, especially on the other bike, right?
Oh, yeah.
This one not so much, but the other one, yes.
Yeah.
And so she bought it for me for Christmas, and I was like, I'm committed, right? And I think it was right before we got married when she bought me the helmet. So then I was, all right, I'm riding for more than just me.
Right.
And then, or she might have bought it right before little man was born. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Right, but either way, right? I'm like, okay, there's
Makes
a lot more at
sense.
stake.
Right. Absolutely.
There's more to it now.
Yeah.
Plus, how many people have you known that have went down? You know what I mean? And
True.
like just that one thing that they weren't wearing could have
Right.
saved a life. So
Right. Even when I shattered my orbital, had I been wearing a helmet, I'd have been fine,
probably.
right? So
Better off, I would assume.
yeah.
That was rough. I remember that night.
Yeah, good times.
Things went from awesome to shit real quick.
No, they stayed awesome.
Well, for us, you
Yeah.
had to leave.
They stayed awesome until they wanted to stitch my eye
Yeah.
with me awake. And then,
That doesn't sound pleasant.
no, it wasn't.
Mini bike got squirrely on you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I just remember everybody going, "Man, he's been gone a while," and then you come walking, pushing, just bleeding everywhere. Like, what the fuck happened, man?
Hey, what's up?
Like, I got into a fight with the ground.
Yeah, as it turns out, asphalt is not that forgiving.
No, hell no.
Huh, who knew?
We appreciate you figuring that one out for us.
Win some, lose most, right?
Indeed.
That's it. That's probably going to be the title of the episode.
That sounds good.
It is a good title.
Yeah.
You've laid a bike down before, correct?
Yes. That was not my first merry-go-round.
Right.
Shit.
Whatever saying.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, whatever saying.
That wasn't my first Twizzler in the pack, you know?
Yeah, that, and I'm sure it won't be my last.
Who knows?
Fuck, I almost did it 3 days ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in my driveway.
Oh, jeez.
Sounds like an interesting story.
No, the brakes locked up and just stayed seized.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ouch.
So,
good times.
yeah,
On that one?
yeah.
And you fixed it that quick?
No.
Oh, shit.
It seemed better the next time I got on.
Right. Well, fingers crossed.
Again, you win some, you lose most.
Just playing those odds.
Yes.
I'm due for a win.
Right.
This is true.
speaking of odds, you still playing a lotto?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still doing the what do you do? The fantasy or 47 or
yeah,
something?
47.
47.
Not going well for the past 2 years.
No. Same
Can't
sets of
say it.
numbers.
I play one set of numbers and then I play an easy pick.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And yeah.
Nothing yet, huh?
No.
Have you seen? I think they draw it. No, it'll be drawn. I think on the night this episode goes live, actually. But the super raffle.
No.
It's a
Wait. Go ahead.
It's a $50 ticket. I think there's 300,000 that they're selling. First place is $4 million. Second place, there's 2 second place prizes of $2 million. Then 100,000, 10,000, 1,000, 500. I think are the.
I've heard of similar ones like that.
They do it every couple years.
Yeah,
These raffles.
when they do them for $20 is usually when I get into them.
Yeah.
But
There's another super, $20 scratch off? That's
Yeah.
like $3 million prize or some shit.
yeah,
It's fairly new too, so there's still a lot of prizes left.
I could live comfortable on 300,000. I think.
Shit, I could live comfortable on 100,000.
I could do some damage in this world with that kind of money for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, or I could blow it.
Yeah. I bought a helicopter.
Right.
Why? Because I can.
Right.
Where are you gonna put it? Backyard.
Which is funny. My cousin,
Bought a helicopter.
no, his neighbor lives in the. I think he lives in the Guppy's old house or next door. right?
Okay.
'Cause My cousin lives across the street from that house, and he came over and just, hey, you want to go play a round of golf? Shit, I forgot the place. It's up by us and up north, Lewiston.
Oh, okay. Not
right.
treetops, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not quite. Well, it's the one right before Treetops. Everybody goes to.
We can look it up.
Yeah, and just like you guys say, you blank.
Yeah.
Just
Every
like-
fucking time.
Just like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so.
What?
Huh? No. Nope.
Where's that?
Lewiston.
Garland Resort.
Yes, Garland.
Oh, there we
The
go.
Fountains Course at Garland Resort.
Yeah. So his neighbor asks him, "Hey, you wanna go up to Garland and play around?" And he's like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, cool, whatever, ha ha ha." New neighbor, right? So the neighbor pulls his helicopter out of the barn.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
He's like, "Let's go." He's like, "What?"
Time out. Like,
He's like, I thought you were joking, right? I can't leave to fly to go play a round of golf in Garland and come back, right? That's right, because when you think about it, to run up there and back it's like a 3.5 hour drive, right? So you're
so what would that be in a helicopter? Like
Probably
45 minutes?
I was going to say
Probably,
45 minutes to
right?
an hour, yeah.
yeah. I think
How much gas does that take? I mean, that's got to be expensive as fuck.
Round of golf's probably, 5-6 hours? I don't, depending on how long you
Yeah.
stretch it out.
I have no idea.
much you drink?
Because the last time I played golf was with you, and you know how that went.
Oh, I do. It was a great time.
I don't remember the back nine because I think I was sleeping in your trunk.
You were sleeping in the trunk of the car, yes. Me and Jeff continued on playing golf.
That was my last game of golf right there.
Put in solid
You know
work.
what? It might have been mine, too. I mean, miniature golf don't count, right? We're
No,
not talking
no,
miniature
no.
golf. Okay. Yeah, the mosquitoes were horrible that morning.
I don't remember.
We showed up at like 8
Was that
o'clock.
Sultana days?
It was one of the metro parks,
Oh, okay.
a par 3
Like
down
Willow
there.
Run or
Yeah,
something.
and we showed up like 8 o'clock in the morning, half still in the bag.
Half?
Right. Well, no, you were probably still in the bag.
Yeah,
Either
I
me or
didn't-
Jeff drove down there, so
I think
one
Jeff,
of us was
because I don't
good.
think Jeff was drinking.
No.
And yeah, I know that we had drank vodka all night, and you had talked about going to bed, and you might have, and then the next thing I know, Jeff's getting up, like, let's go. Like,
What?
hi.
Yep.
Are we getting more beer? Like, what are we doing?
See, the shitty part was when we got there at 8 a.m.,
Yeah.
so we found out they didn't open till 10.
Oh.
You want to leave and come back? Fuck it, let's just sleep in the car for an hour or two.
Yeah.
That's dedication, right
Dude,
there.
we were at hole 4 or 5, and he was already sitting on the bench, breathing heavy and sweating. Like, you want to go back to the car? Yep.
Gotta get all that vodka
Come
out.
back, and he's laying in the trunk. The trunk's popped open.
It just seemed nice.
Skateboards on the ground. No big deal.
And, you know, John was a sport about it, because I couldn't hit the ball, obviously. So that I forgot what hole it was. Like, there was like 5 attempts, and I think I moved the ball a foot in 5 swings, right? And John was like, Just pick it up and throw it, man. Just throw it.
You're like leaning on your golf club to position yourself in the upright. You know? So did your buddy or that guy ever go in the helicopter?
No.
No, he didn't take the ride?
No,
Okay.
he opted not to.
Oh.
And then I believe he got a new neighbor, so
Oh.
that opportunity had expired.
That must suck to just have to buy a house like with your helicopter in mind. You
You
know,
know,
like I
like,
need a
oh, man.
helipad or a fucking
Where am I going to put
barn.
my helicopter?
Do you didn't see it? You weren't there.
I didn't see it that day. I had seen the helicopter in his yard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Did he have it on like a wheel base to pull it in and out of the barn?
I didn't see it that
Oh,
close.
okay.
Right. It was kind of a little
Right,
bit further
distance.
back.
Gotcha.
and-
That'd be sweet though, right? If your helipad was on wheels and you could
Just
fucking
pull it out. Like on a
shovel it right
four-wheeler
out.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Back it right in the barn like that. That'd be sweet.
That would be pretty cool.
Right, and out by us, it makes sense, right? Because everybody's got
Land, yeah.
minimum acre,
Right.
right? Which I know around here it sounds huge,
Yeah.
and then we get out by me, and I've got a 3-acre lot, and I've got a smaller lot for my neighborhood,
Right,
right?
right.
So it's,
You're the little guy as far as the yard size
You're the
goes.
small
right.
house on the block.
yeah, exactly, right? I'm like, wow, I could almost put like a city neighborhood on my property, especially like a Wyandotte, right, where the houses
yeah.
are a lot smaller.
Oh yeah, right on
Packed
top of
in,
each
you know,
other.
yeah.
Yep.
No garages, just right
Mhm.
little.
Little walkway between the houses.
Yeah,
That's it.
the Mrs. Wife or the Mrs. Mom
I was going to
Said
say,
the-
like, oh, shit's developed
said-
since we last talked.
said it the best, right? She goes, "It's a postage stamp. That's all those are is a postage stamp."
Yep.
Right, and I mean, but in
Yeah.
her lot's not that big. I think she's only at a half acre,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
considering what most of these spots are, like you've got a big lot on because you're on the corner. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got quite a
It's like a
bit.
quarter acre, I think,
It's yeah.
in that ballpark.
I to be honest with you, I don't know the exact dimensions.
Right, but yeah, you start, and
Well-
and it's funny because once you start getting it, you're like, oh, I want more because I wanted the smallest little plot I could get when we bought our first house,
Mhm.
and she had that growing up, and she's like, no, we need this. And I'm like, no, I don't want to cut grass all day, and I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that.
But
And then-
now
yeah, so now we
you went from 1 acre to 3.
and I wanted 5 minimum,
Wow.
right? And then we looked at prices, and I was like, oh, cool.
It's pretty expensive.
Oh, quickly. And I was
Very
like,
quickly.
I will settle for an acre that butts up to state land.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, then it's
Right?
pretty much like my whole backyard is the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't gotta maintain it.
Nope.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Deal.
You can maintain it if you choose to, just a little area inside where
Yeah.
you go. But yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Right.
Yeah, cutting 3 acres must suck. Even on a rider.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be long.
If I
About 2 beers. No.
I used to have it down to beers. I cut with Little Man now.
All right.
I can't fire up either tractor, either my lawn tractor or my big tractor without him freaking out to be on my lap. So, that's really cutting my drinking time.
Yeah, but think about it. 6 years from now, you
Oh,
won't have
yeah.
to do it anymore
Oh.
because he'll be doing it.
Oh, I know.
Go cut the
That's
grass.
Done.
And if I cut all 3 acres, it takes me an hour.
That ain't bad.
No,
Right?
it's
'Cause
not.
I got a 4-foot deck.
It takes quite a big chunk out each way.
It does, and then
when it's not flooded, anyways.
right.
Yeah.
And then I just picked up a brush hog, so when it is
Ooh, nice.
when it is flooded, and it subsides,
Mm-hmm.
right? I walked back there. I cut it for the first time this year. It was up my belly button.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I did mine and my neighbors, and it took me. I think it took me 4 hours to do the 2 acres, right? But I mean, think about what you're knocking down.
Yeah.
That's a lot for those fucking blades to eat through. Because first you're just pretty much like kind of knocking it over and chipping at it. Like, did you have to do more than one pass each
Nope.
fucking? Really?
I got a 5-foot brush hog, right? And I think first gear it gets all the way up to 1.7 miles an hour. Right, so I just threw it in first,
Knees in the breeze.
threw it in first, and full throttled it and run her up and down
Nice.
Wow.
until I lost the wheel.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that'll put a damper on things.
Yeah, then it got interesting.
Do I keep going?
No, I rounded a corner at his house. And,
Going way too fast, like 2 miles an hour.
And yeah, I went to hit the brake, and there was nothing, so I go to clutch it, and nothing's happening. I'm like,
Oh.
what is going on? And I try some other stuff, and I get off, and I look, and the hub nut was gone, and the rim had came off the drum,
Oh, shit.
and it was about to fall off the tractor. Right, so I walk up to his door, and I knock. I'm like, hey, man,
Got a bit of an issue.
yeah, and I was like, I need a jack, right? For first and foremost, I need a jack. He goes, why? What happened? I'm like, about lost my wheel. He goes, no, I gotta see this. Right? And
Okay, bring a jack.
yeah. Right. And you've seen him. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he's struggling with this tire. That's
Well, yeah, it's fucking huge.
he's a big guy too.
Still, man,
he's
those are like-
pushing 7 foot, right? But
Oh,
even to
shit.
see him kind of just maneuver this wheel around, like, all right, cool, you're doing better than me.
Yeah.
do the hard work, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So
Well, it's good that you found it, like, after you stopped, got off, and went, oh, fuck, instead of, like, we can make one more pass.
no, I couldn't go because it was on the drive side. So
Oh, so it wasn't getting nothing.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I was dead in the water.
So did you have to fix it out in the field, or did you manage to get it up?
No, we got it up, and then the next day, I went to a store, and they ended up having the hub nut in stock.
Oh, okay.
Right, so
Well,
I just
Tractor Supply.
it's like Tractor Supply but better. Sells.
There you go.
So I just I come back and I want to say that like the torque on it was like 450 foot-pounds. Right? And he's a diesel mechanic, my neighbor, whose yard it was at. And I'm like, all right, well,
Should have something capable of.
I would, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, so tomorrow just bring something home. And he just, right? He flexes at me. I'm like, I get it, dude. You're 18 feet tall.
Yeah.
Right.
Big deal.
You're a beefcake. All right, we get it.
Good for you, but no, seriously, bring something home.
Yeah, so whatever. I get the nut and I kind of torque it on. He goes, all right, well, where's your torque wrench? I'm like, I told you my torque wrench only goes to 250. And he goes, I told you. What does that mean?
Stop flexing at me. What the fuck, man?
So, right, we get it on. We torque it down to the 250. And then he gets a
And he goes,
a
"Hold
cheater
my
bar.
beer."
Yeah,
Right.
he gets a cheater bar and then just reefs on it and gets like a half a turn on it. Maybe. Roughly, like it was between a quarter and a half turn. I'm like,
Damn.
probably good. I don't know.
Has it been good?
So far.
Yeah, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's all that counts.
Right.
And the good news is there's a little lock that was supposed to be in the nut originally that wasn't.
Okay.
I know that because it's not on the other side either. So when they changed the tires at some point since 1951, I'm sorry, 48,
Right.
whatever, we're
Math.
splitting hairs now,
Yeah.
right? They just didn't put those lock pins back in. So get the lock pins. In theory,
Should be good for a while.
Everything works in theory.
yeah,
This is true.
yeah,
It's that practice that gets you.
yeah.
You said you're due for a win.
This
so.
is true. This might be it.
Could
It
have
might,
been.
your wheels might stay on for another 50 years. We don't know.
Well, the hard feat is me making it in the next 50 years.
Hey.
Cheers to that.
Indeed.
So one of the reasons we definitely wanted to have you come down and be on the show was you're into the craft beer sensation more than anybody that I know, anyways. To
fair
a
to
point
say,
where you
yeah.
brew your own. I've had a couple personally. The mead was good. I think you had a red. Did you make a red or no?
I might have made one red.
Okay.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good spot. How long have you been brewing your own beer?
12 years, I think.
12 years.
12 years. I think. I
Splitting hairs.
give or take. Give or take.
Yeah.
That's about where we're at, I think.
Plus or minus 3. Who can,
Yeah.
And you have over 12 years. How many recipes now that you can do? You know they work. They taste good. You can run through them. Given that you don't knock shit around.
trip,
Yeah.
fall.
So for my beers, I've got 4 solid recipes,
Okay.
and I've got 2 for mead.
Okay.
All right.
So that are just tried and true.
Have you come up with a name
Ooh.
for your brewery yet?
No.
Or your brewing?
Uh,
Nothing yet?
Neither. I've got names for all 6 of those beverages.
Gotcha.
Have names.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as going bigger scaled, no.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately not. Because I had talked, my cousin and myself had talked about doing this on a permanent scale for ever.
12 years.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Right. Right.
And he's been brewing longer than me.
Okay.
So, a couple years ago, we went to Beards Brewery, the wife and I and a couple of our buddies, and their tap room might have been as big as half your garage, right? It was
Okay.
just a tiny, tiny little spot,
Okay.
and they had their brew room. It was like in a shopping complex. Their brew room was in a different set of doors, right?
Okay.
And you could look in and see. And I seen what they had. I'm like, my cousin has this. He's got that same setup in his barn. Why can't we do this?
Yeah.
And then even this year he came and he's like, listen, dude, right? I've been doing ironwork for so long now. My body can't. I can't do it. We have to do the brewery.
The time is now.
Yeah.
He's like, because my body's gonna fail me. That's just a fact of the matter. I was like, all right, well, then let's get together and try to figure something out. Unfortunately, our schedules can't really collaborate.
Line up.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, well, I've got 6 solid recipes. Unfortunately, they're all what you would consider a traditional winter recipe. They're all stouts and porters, right? I don't
Okay.
have a good.
Summer.
Yeah,
How many does he have?
of his.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has any of his that are perfected because he'll get a recipe and then he'll tweak this and this and this and this and this and
Okay, he's the
He
mad
does- never
scientist
finishes
kinda,
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
or he'll just take somebody else.
Like, oh, that sounds good, but what if we did this and add this?
Yeah.
And try to improve and work on it.
and he kind of does that, but he'll just take a different recipe and run with somebody else for a while, or get bored with it and go, you know what, I'm in the mood for this, and I understand that.
Yeah.
Right? When you brew, you kind of get in that mindset, and it's funny. Like one of the ones that it's usually how it goes, right? The ones that you hate, right? Because you're the artist, everybody else loves. Like my Imperial Stout. Instead of just like the first time I brewed it, instead of wanting to tweak it or this or that, I was just gonna throw it in the fucking garbage and be done with it. And
Everybody else loved it.
yeah, my wife was like, she took one drink. She goes, if you change one thing on this, I'll cut you. I said, all right, well, that's fair.
And you're like, bullshit. It's horrible.
right? So then I didn't like it, right? Because in my head, I was going after this, and it was
You
It
had
was-
your goal
right.
envisioned.
It was quite a bit off, and the learning curve of an Imperial too was a little bit different. Well, I guess any brew that you do. But so I just did like a traditional stout, and I nailed the flavor I wanted for my Imperial, but I didn't have the alcohol that I wanted in it. And then I
Okay.
thought, you know what? Cool. I can live with this, right?
Yeah.
If I got the flavor I want.
That's what you're kind of going for.
Right, yeah.
You won half the battle.
Especially now. Like, I don't need the 8% beers. So, that and then...
Not on a regular basis,
Yeah.
anyways.
Right.
Once in a
exactly.
while is okay.
And then it was funny. I think it was your cousin Chris was over, and he had an IPA that I had wrote up, and I hated it. And he was drinking. He goes, "Man, this is really good. This is one of the better beers that I've had." I'm like,
Yeah.
Dude, this is bullshit. I hate this beer.
You're like, fuck you.
But there's this. When it comes to IPAs, I'm so picky. Like, even she'll say, like, you know, I'm a beer snob, right? She goes, for somebody that drinks Pabst and Schlitz, you're a beer snob. So, and
Well, she's got you pegged, huh?
oh yeah, and it happened years ago where I came in the house and I had Stone's Brew Nation. It's
I don't think I've had that.
It's a California brewery.
Oh, okay.
Right, and they got a story. Almost all their bottles have a story, and I'm a sucker for a story. So I start reading it, right, and it says that like most IPAs have like 60 IBU and blah blah blah, and they're not bragging because they'll back it up. And this IPA is over 100 IBU and blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
100.
all right. Yeah, I'm like, I'm
Wow.
sold, right? I'm sold. So I get it, and I go home and I take a drink. Apparently, I make a certain face, and she goes, "Let me guess, you pretentious asshole. It's not happy enough, right?" So I just hand her the bottle, and her face puckers up, and she almost spits it across the room. And I was like, "Somebody finally understands what an IPA should be."
So it was bitter, huh?
Yes.
That makes me want to go back and see what Jared's mom was on the IBU chart, because that was as bitter as I've ever had.
So, and here's the hard part about IBUs. It's not like, so your ABV, right?
Yes.
You whatever sugars you extract, and then whatever you can ferment and turn into alcohol, you get your ABV. It's a mathematical equation, and even if you're off, you can measure it, right?
Okay.
There, right? Because you can stick a hydrometer in and measure and figure out where you're at. The way that it's listed for IBUs, or like how you figure out your IBUs? Oh, well, this ingredient has X amount of IBUs, and this ingredient has this. So you just add up all those, and that's
The total is the total IBUs.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Jeez.
So-
That's very scientific. I like it.
Yeah, so I could
No
put
trigonometry needed.
right. If you make like an imperial, right? You're using 2 to 3 times the grain, so you're so much sweeter. And if you use the same hops that you would for a traditional whatever, it's not nearly enough to bitter
Like to
that amount
counter
of alcohol,
that. Yeah.
right? So it's a fouled system. There's no doubt about that. But when
Who's
you
the
get-
head beer scientist that fucked that up? That's all I want to know.
That's a good question, and they still haven't figured out a good way to get that, because there's most of it's out of your hops, right?
Yeah.
Right, but you get some like rye has quite
A
a bit
little.
of
It adds to it.
yeah. I forgot the amount that it adds per pound, but you get a little bit out of certain grains. Most grains you get nothing out of, but there's a couple grains that really well,
Pop. Like
Yeah.
They're right there.
or they complement.
Okay.
Could
Okay.
be, right? Right, the one that I was saying earlier where I dumped it all over myself. I was looking at my phone, and from years ago I had a note that said Cascade hops and rye are friends. Right, so cool, easy enough, right? I'm on Adventures in Homebrewing website, and I'm looking at them, and they have a Cascade and rye IPA.
Right there.
I'm all in.
Right. So
I hear they're friends. I'm sold.
Yeah. Easy enough.
the funny thing is, he was probably drunk on that website, and he saw that beer and made that note, like, these guys are friends. I'm gonna drink some. And
Flash forward a couple years, and he's like, I heard they're friends. I wrote a note about that. Buying 18 pounds. Let's do it.
So yeah, we'll see how that turns out in another week or two.
oh, okay. So
How
you
long-
already restarted the process after the dump heard
Yes.
around the world.
Yes.
The dump on the farm.
Oh, it was so horrible. I'm still a little
Fuck it, I can make it.
I'm still a little bit bitter. So, and what's gonna help, right? I'm we're not now, right? Because I planted the Cascade hop this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that and the Magnum hop. My Cascade hop did not make it.
Oh,
So, because I went there and I was looking for a couple rhizomes to grow my own, and like, all right, well, I'll just right.
give it a shot.
I used these two hops the most, right? So I went there and that's what I intended on getting. I get there, they only had one of them, and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh, cool, they have Magnum. I use Magnum in one recipe, but I can only get Magnum hops like half the year.
Okay.
Right?
If I grow my own, fuck you guys.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And oddly enough, it's in that Imperial that everybody loves. Convenient. So we'll see where that takes us here, and if fall ever really hits.
Should be.
It'll be here soon.
Next Saturday is the autumn solstice, so technically that's autumn. The kickstart there.
Sweet.
Look, I'm not gonna believe it's autumn when it's still
Like 85
and
with
90% humidity out every
sweating
day.
Balls.
Is this from the hurricane, you think?
I
This
heard we were
pressure
supposed
system?
to get like today's Sunday, so I heard we're supposed to get like the remnants, like storms and shit, starting tonight.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't know how accurate that's going to be.
It would say, yeah, it's probably from the hurricane, but the whole summer has been.
It has
Yeah,
been.
it's been pretty
that's
much
true.
been
this.
this.
Yeah, there's been like a week where it like dropped down to like the low 70s and was
Mhm.
nice. Oh, that's beautiful.
We'll get there.
Cock
Don't rush
tease
it.
of autumn.
Don't rush it. It's coming. And then we're all going to have to deal with it.
Yeah. Hoodie weather, baby.
Mm-hmm.
To jump back real quick, Jared's mom has
Yeah.
55
Oh, my goodness.
IBUs.
So to imagine what 100...
100. Just, take two Jared's moms at the same time.
Oh, my goodness.
See, but there's this too. Different hops
Have different effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if I remember correctly, Jared's mom is more of a citrusy type hop.
Yes. I can maybe tell you. I might have that technology.
Some of them say on here...
If I remember correctly, it's a centennial and something else.
It's Nelson Sauvin hops are the light heart in this IPA. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Sauvin. Sounds exotic and fancy.
It's all Greek to me. So, in for the beers that I brew, I stay way more traditional,
Okay.
right? Or German purity. You can use these ingredients. That's it. Right? Right, because you're getting into this weird bullshit of...
So like a raspberry shandy would not be in your wheelhouse.
No. Because fruit does not belong in beer.
I'm on board with that.
What
Right.
about what
I can
about an
back
orange
that.
slice? I don't know.
No,
Blue
that's still
Moon.
fruit.
Technically, yes, by science.
If I need a slice of fruit in my beer,
Yeah.
I don't need to drink said beer. It's
Okay.
that simple.
Okay.
I'm on
Right?
board with that for the most part.
And-
I'll try shit here for the show, but
Yeah.
if I'm spending money on, having a good night.
If I'm out somewhere and already kind of buzzed and I get like a Blue Moon, they're like, "Do you want an orange?" I'm like, "Fuck, why not? Throw it in there. What
Yeah.
are we doing?" Like, I'm not going to care too much.
So,
I'm not going to flip a table and tell that lady to fuck off.
and then you
It's
can,
Schlitz or nothing.
and you can get some gray areas too, right?
Okay.
Like the like you go to a Mexican joint and you get
Yeah.
a cerveza.
Possible lime,
Yeah, you get a
Yeah.
lime or a lemon.
maybe some salt. We don't know.
Okay, because they serve it like that in Mexico. It's not because it makes the beer taste better.
No, but it adds to it.
No, it's actually to keep the flies from going in, because the flies will fly down the neck of your beer
Oh.
and land in there and drown, and then you end up drinking the flies. So,
Fuck swallowing the worm.
so the citrus
Uh-huh.
helps keep them
Repel
out.
them away?
Yeah.
Oh. The
So-
shit you learn on our show, folks.
Hey, I'm telling you what, I just learned something new for
Yeah.
the day.
So there's a point to that fruit in the beer, which
Okay.
if I'm in that climate and I need that to keep flies in my beer,
Sold.
cool. Yeah.
Right, I'll play along.
If I'm doing it for flavor, no.
Okay.
In this climate,
Yeah, this climate, I don't know.
I never knew that.
I didn't either.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
thank you for
there
that.
you go.
I'll tell you, I am curious to hear the names of your brews. You don't have to tell us on the show if you're keeping them a secret. You can tell us after.
Well, it's not like he's going to tell you the recipe and shit.
No, I know, but maybe he, didn't want to. No big deal. But
I can.
Well, it's not so much if you can or can't. Do you want to?
right.
I don't
have
mind.
to.
It's just remembering.
Oh, well,
that,
right?
yeah. That will happen.
So my Imperial Stout is time for an oil change stout, right? Because
Okay.
obviously real big motorhead type things, and
Gotcha.
we had drank some one night in glasses, and they had stained the glasses, right? And the message was like, "This is like it looks like used motor oil.
Yeah.
That needs to be changed, right? This is the blackest shit I've ever seen."
We were like, funny that you mentioned it.
And she goes, "You should name that time for an oil change stout." I'm like, done,
Right.
right?
Write it down.
Yeah.
My traditional stout is just a stout because
That's what it is.
it's just a stout.
There you go.
The mead that you had, I believe, was Thor's Mighty Hammer.
Okay.
That sounds about right, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't try it, but
It
I've
was
heard
tasty.
from a collective
Yeah.
of people that it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was a Sizer mead.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds classy.
So, much like beer,
Uh-huh.
meads have multiple classes, right?
Anybody need anything?
Sure.
I'll take one of the browns.
I'm not picky. Ah, thank you. So you get into the meads. I guess traditionally you can start out with a dry, a semi-sweet, and a sweet mead. and those meads all depends on how much honey you put in,
Okay.
right? And the only ingredients are the honey, the water, and the yeast. When you get into a sizer, you replace some or all of the water.
With vodka?
Apple cider.
Oh, okay. That would be tasty.
Yeah.
Right, so that gives you a ton more sugar.
Yeah.
And then, right, because I remember the first time I made it, and I was anticipating like 18%, right?
That's okay ballpark for mead. It's pretty strong. But
Yeah. Well, she ended up at like 22%.
Dear God. Did it take you like 4 months to do that, or what?
5. or 6. I don't remember now. Because I only brew that every couple years.
That seems like a very
'Cause-
involved process. Because how many times do you have to check on it? Like through a week?
Not very often.
Oh, not very often?
No.
Okay.
The biggest part for me, like I said, right? I can't drink the high ABV shit with Little Man.
Not yet.
You don't. It's not that you can't. You don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself in that
Responsibility
position.
is a
Right.
bitch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Smart move.
And the initial, like, to brew it cost me like $200.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, for the honey, I would say it's pretty fucking expensive.
I spend over $100 alone on the honey.
Ugh.
Right. And the cider I get is
Like farm fresh fucking.
yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah. The good news. I've been. I've been working on some lower gravity, more traditional meads.
Okay.
Because I like mead. So, and the missus might have some. I forget the name of it. She has problems, a little bit of problems.
Avocado?
Digesting grain.
Oh, okay.
Right, so we tried ciders and a couple meads and this and that, and I've had some with hops that are pretty good. But right, and hops are the most expensive part of beer. So when you put hops and honey together,
Woo.
yeah,
It gets pricey.
Make it rain.
yeah. I think I picked up a deuce one year for like $12. That was only 5%.
A deuce?
Yeah, 22-ounce bottle.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still talking like ingredients and shit. I'm like,
Oh.
ooh, what is that?
No,
Like,
no.
is that some sort of hop?
Right, so
You're like, no, it was
And
it
I've
was
got-
Paps.
I've got no problem paying that much for a deuce if it's like 7-8%,
shit, yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
for like 5%, like, I don't.
That means you're gonna have to sell your shit for like $30
Yeah.
a deuce.
Yeah. So we got the apple trees and this and that. I'm like, all right, well, cool. I can do this, and then I can pluck the blackberries and the raspberries that we don't use and this and that, and then I want to put hives in this year, and then just become self-sufficient on that side of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money to be made on making your own honey and having your own fucking like
Oh yeah.
apiarist. I think that's a person who cultivates bees. Thank you, The Office. Yeah, Jim, because I have a bad apiarist.
And it was because I had talked about it, and the neighbors didn't seem. We got new neighbors,
Okay.
and
Like, hey, would you be cool with this?
I think it was like a year ago. And
You
they
guys like bees?
the one said she was pretty. She's like, I'm pretty allergic and this and that. Blah blah.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I was talking to the husband, like, I think I'm gonna put him out back behind the pond, and blah blah goes. Oh man, last time I got stung by a bee, I got stung in the finger, and my whole arm swelled up. And this is the guy that's like 7 foot.
Captain America,
Yeah.
fucking like 9'2".
Yeah, exactly. He's a beast. I'm like, I thought your wife was the one that was allergic to the bees. And he goes, yeah, she's the one that needs the EpiPen. I'm like,
Oh fuck!
Damn.
come on, man. But I'm like, listen, but honeybees they don't mess with you, right? They're
Right, unless you fuck with them.
Yeah, or they're hive more so, right?
Yeah.
'Cause if
But that's
if you mess-
they're protecting their turf.
yeah,
and the
because
queen.
if they attack you, they die. They're gonna die either way. They know
Pretty
that,
much, yeah.
right? So
They're
like,
cool with that part. They understand that.
Yeah, I'm like so to get them to sting you, you got to piss them off real good. The yellow jackets that we have in our neighborhood, that's another story.
Yeah.
Just assholes.
Yeah. I had a fucking a little nest. The ones that build it out of clay, not clay but mud.
Oh.
And they like hut
Mud
themselves
dogs.
in.
Yeah.
I had one in the shed. It was about the size of a baseball. It was on the wall when you walk in. Fucking Jesus. They just keep going by here. Jeez, oh Pete.
Don't vaccinate.
Go take your shit down the block, man.
Everything happens on the corner.
But I just fucking took a screwdriver, dude, and I held a cup underneath it, and I just fucking put it up like against the wall, and I just hit it, and the whole thing chipped right off in one piece and fell into the cup.
Mhm.
And I could
Nice.
see the wasp or whatever down inside, like it had buried itself in there. I'm like, what?
Dang.
I don't like that shit.
No.
I put it in a bag, threw it in a garbage can.
And a lot of what you get, if it didn't come out, that might have been some other insect that it killed. 'Cause
Ooh,
they'll,
yeah.
Okay.
They'll kill them, and they'll pack them in there.
Like
So I get a
cocoon
lot of
'em in
those
there,
too.
right? Yeah.
Right, so they have supplies of food for whenever.
Yeah.
Because I have to deal with a lot of killing of those assholes too.
Well, out on the farm,
Yeah,
you get a lot of shit down there.
I do.
No snakes or anything, though, right?
No, the
Okay,
dogs
that's
kill
good.
those for me.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. They're little like glass snakes or field snakes or whatever they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that gardener.
Gardener snakes, that's
yeah.
the word I was looking for.
Fucking dogs. They do those. They take care of the rabbits. They take care of my
And-
chickens. How convenient.
Yeah, it was nice of them. Yeah.
Yeah, the animals that I purchase for food, they kill.
Well, you never.
Hopefully not
specified
all
it.
of them, right?
No, only
Oh,
down
okay.
2.
That ain't
Well,
too bad.
I guess that's better than nothing.
So I anticipated a learning curve. I thought I was going to lose one chicken. So the first one died, and the missus, she was pretty funny about it. Right? Because I pick it up, and I try to put it down. So after the dogs attacked it, right? We were at work all day. And I put it down, and it can't stand up. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I go inside, and I grab a 22, and I come out, and she's walking around.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, oh, yeah, she's got a chance, right? So the missus comes outside and goes, oh, I thought you have this thing dead and on the grill already. I'm like, well, here's the thing. When it gets cold out, this chicken's production goes up when all the other chicken's production goes down.
Oh, so that's a tough one to lose.
Yeah, guess who's an egg slut?
That might have to be the new title. Episode 44. Guess who's an egg slut?
So we try to coach her back to health, and she made it through the night and through the majority of the next day, even on lunch. Right, the call was made to the sitter because the sitter comes to our house, and she walked out. She's like, "Oh yeah, the hen's standing there, all wrapped up in her because we segregated her, and she's in her own little separate
Area.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of recouping and this and that.
Ease the stress and just chill out.
Yeah, right, because especially if the rest of the flocks is a vulnerable one.
Oh, they'll
peck
fuck.
it to
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
Weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, right, because this bitch was as big as my fucking rooster, right?
Damn.
Yeah. Well, it was a Jersey Giant, one of the
Oh, okay.
one of the biggest breeds you can get, and she lays the biggest eggs you
Eggs.
can get, right?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Should get an ostrich.
I'm ready to. Ready to get a more aggressive rooster that'll spur my fucking dogs too. Right?
Get the fuck out of it. Yeah, but that's kind of tough though. To have a rooster go against your fucking dogs. I don't see the rooster winning that or scaring them off because they seem just like, yeah, fuck it, toy.
Depending on which dog.
True.
I've got one dog that is a phenomenal hunter. I've got one dog that will go
Almost
to
to a flaw.
yeah. I've got one dog that'll go to the run and just stand at the gate and pant and wait. Right? So the chickens get scared and they just go into the coop and they don't come out. The other dog will sit on the other side of the yard with her back to the coop, and then she hears commotion, and if you watch her, you can see her move her head ever so slightly, and then she'll get
She's
up.
watching.
she'll circle back around. Right?
She'll flank him. It's fine. No big deal.
Her kill rate,
Phenomenal.
I'd have to say, realistically, her kill rate's probably 40%.
It's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
I mean, under normal circumstances.
Yeah.
She's-
Right. And I think about this. I'm like, well, this dog lived on the streets for I don't know how long, right? That's
lived in a
rescue
different
dog.
world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
time to survive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she understands if she kills something, or if she's hungry, she's got to kill it and eat it, right?
Yeah.
Because I see her out there. She gets me up every night, 2 in the morning, between 1 and 2 in the morning.
You told me about this.
I bitch about this quite a bit. And one day I was like, what is she doing? And I just see her chasing rabbits across the yard, right? And sometimes she gets them, sometimes she don't. But so when the first chicken died, I'm not sure which dog got that. It looked like so they sometimes kill things together.
Tandem. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I don't know if I chalk that in this one's category or that one. So then the next one that died, the way that she kills shit, it's pretty obvious. If
She has her own trademark on
she
her.
does, right? I'm like, oh, well. And it's funny because, I'll even get asked, who do you think killed that? I'm like, Lucky killed that one. There's no doubt in my mind.
Right.
She's like, how do you know? Look at it. You see these marks here and here?
The bite pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, even my dad was over one day, and he was funny how you were saying about the snakes. Right? He doesn't like snakes. There was a snake that slithered into the shop, or slithered out, I don't remember now. Right? He was getting ready to, he's like, where's the shovel? I'll kill that son of a bitch. I'm like, why?
No need.
The dogs are going to get it. No, are you sure? I'm like,
If they see it, they'll get
I was
it.
like, a couple years ago, I had 7 dead snakes on my porch.
Trophies.
Yeah, in a week, right? It was like 1 a day type of a thing. And I was like, on top of that, if the dogs aren't killing them, they're eating mice. Who wins then?
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Right? You know who doesn't win right now?
Mice and snakes.
Well, me right now, because guess who killed my best mouser? One of my chickens. I seen one of my chickens get 2 mice in a day. Right? She was laying more eggs than the rest of the hens, and she was killing more mice. I'm like,
Fucking leading the league here.
yeah,
All right, promotion.
this hen. Yeah, this is my girl.
Right. This
Yeah.
is the general.
Like 2 days later, the dogs had her dead. Well, my dog. Yeah.
There was no team effort on that one.
No,
huh?
no, it was all my dog.
The circle of life. That's interesting stuff. Who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
Back in high school, all these years later, this would be your life.
Yeah. Do you ever remember cruising around in that lowrider, thinking
yeah.
like one day I'm gonna have some chickens?
Brewing my own beer.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I didn't even think I was gonna make it to like 25 at that point. So
Every day's a blessing from here forward. Lately, I've been telling myself 50. I'm like, if I can make it to 50, every day after that's just going to be...
yeah. So I don't know what happened, but right, Shannon always says that I've got the heart of like an 80-year-old crusty son of a bitch.
Right.
So I guess I'm kind of living up to that. I'm like, well, I guess I know at least how far I have to make it.
Everybody knows what they're getting. That's
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah, she's like, you're so ornery. How do people at work deal with you? I'm like, they actually put me in an area by myself. I don't deal with many people now.
Wonder why.
There's one other guy.
When you walk in the staff meeting and they all get quiet.
Yeah.
And then one
He's
guy's
just like, hey,
we're moving
fuck
you.
There's one other guy in my group. He's pretty crusty, and it's funny because there was somebody that's pretty annoying on the radio, right? That needs help with this or that all the time, and it's me or him that responds. And it was the point she was calling him over me, and he was the guy where like people wouldn't even call. They would just go to their manager like, hey, this
could you
happened.
have so and so maybe?
Hey, can you fix this? And he's like, it's more of a maintenance job. Can't you fix it?
I don't want to call maintenance today.
Somewhat. I guess the good news is the majority of the people that conversate with me at this point know what they're going to get. So the vast majority of the people just don't even bother talking to me.
I'd like to say for the record, that's not just at work.
No.
Well, people are assholes.
Oh, absolutely.
Meet Pez.
So fuck them.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, and his brother.
All of them.
Yeah.
Fuck them all.
Every single one.
And the horse they rode in on.
Yes.
That was the quiet battery-operated mini bike I've ever seen. You didn't even hear him go by, did you?
No.
I didn't even notice.
He went by and come back by.
I seen
shit.
the pointing.
Yeah.
I'll be building the batteries for that here real soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, fair enough.
No, I'm trying to work myself out of a job, actually.
Oh. Hey, as long as you go into brewing.
yeah.
If I've learned anything from doing this podcast, bro, although what you're talking about doing probably will take quite a bit more income, like capital and
Capital to get
investment and
going.
different things, right? Than
Well,
what we
I mean-
had. But do it.
Yeah.
Step out on that limb, dude, because the worst thing that can happen is it breaks and you fail, but you can't fail if you don't try.
That's true.
So, fuck
True.
it.
And so here's the dilemma that I'm in. They're paying me to go to school,
Yeah.
right? At work right now.
So then you kind of have to like stick around for X amount of time to reimburse them on that investment. Well, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I know
You're
this.
not at that part yet.
I know this much. I pay for one more class. I get my degree.
There you go.
Okay. Right? That's
Options
a
open at
no-brainer.
that point.
Yeah.
It's worth getting.
Yeah. I'll stick around and just see what's what.
So now is when you want to do all the brainstorming and the
The planning.
put all the paperwork together for the plan. That way, when you're ready, boom, you hit the ground running. You know,
Angry
That-
Bastards Barn Brewing.
That's
and-
a long ass
That
title.
is. But fuck them if they can't read.
Yeah, fuck them.
And this helps. My cousin's a bit more of a social butterfly
Mm-hmm.
than
Okay.
myself. And,
So, I mean, you got like areas covered.
yeah.
Like he can be more business promoting, talking to people, doing this and that. And you're all like, fuck you, I'm making beer.
You're the guy killing snakes in the.
Yeah.
yeah. And it's hard to say. 'cause
The guy walking out of the barn like, I burnt my legs. We're going to have to start over. What happened? Don't fucking worry about it. We're starting over.
Thanks for asking about my legs. I'm fine. What happened to the beer? I say try it, dude. I'm on board.
Still upset.
Yeah.
If I can any way help, I'm down.
We will definitely promote you.
Fuck yeah.
Free.
Yeah.
And
cool. Thank you.
avidly.
And I would have liked to have brought some, but you know.
That's all right. When it's ready, we'll get together. Even if you don't,
When
you
your
can't
legs are
come over
better
for that
and you
show,
feel like you have something.
we'll still sample that shit.
So I guess that's another thing I wanted to talk about now that we're all here. And
We are all here.
yeah.
Mhm.
So you've tried the mead. I don't think that you've tried
Not me.
anything yet.
No.
It sounds like you guys are a little more into the stouts, porter, darker,
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
mellow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, fall and winter beers.
Fall and winter beers are
More than any, for sure.
how do
big
you
thumbs up.
how do you feel about the? Have you had smoked beers?
I've heard of them.
I don't think I have.
Okay. I make another imperial.
Okay.
My dad asked me one night, he's like, well, what does it taste like? What kind of beer is? Because he's more traditional pilsner.
Mhm.
That's what
Yeah.
he drinks. He's like, well, what is it? Is it that bullshit that you drink and blah blah? I'm like, he's like, well, what does it taste like? It tastes like a plate of barbecue. This beer tastes like a plate of barbecue, right? He goes, that sounds weird for a beer, but traditionally that's you dried your grains in a kiln and they got smoky, right?
Yep.
That's what it would taste like
Yeah.
on a real traditional style of beer. So, I've got that. I've got that imperial stout. I've got just a stout, a vanilla stout, and then a couple of meads. So I guess, right? If I come back,
Well, if you
Give me-
don't
give
if
me
you
a
don't
couple
make it back
weeks.
before this weekend on Saturday, October 6th, we're having the Conor McGregor fight here. If you want to come over and watch the fight, I know it's a late
true.
night, but it's a Saturday.
okay.
If you guys can get a sitter, make the trip over. We're gonna have the TV either on the porch or out here in the garage.
Okay.
You know, Conor's fighting the Mad Russian
Khabib.
So
I can try. I will not have beer ready by then.
Oh, that's
okay.
no big thing, but
I thought you said 2 weeks. That's why I was.
Oh, yeah.
For whatever it is, it don't matter
Oh.
what it is. Just bring
Yeah.
whatever, and we'll try it on the show the following night.
we're not
Okay.
that picky.
No, hell no.
All right.
It's
well,
brewed
good.
in Michigan,
Good.
right?
Yeah.
There we go.
With Michigan product.
There we go. You said the places where you get your ingredients, are they like close to you, or do you got to drive quite a ways to
No,
get to them?
Adventures in Homebrewing. There's two of them. There's one in Ann Arbor
And then
on
there's
Zeeb Road, and then there's
one right here.
Van
on
Born?
Van
Yeah.
Born. And
Oh, okay.
Yep.
They're actually, I was talking with Aaron about it. like instead of focusing on their like actual brick and mortar locations, they're actually one of the U.S.'s leading homebrew websites. Like they spread themselves out there to be like the guys.
Oh, really?
Like you have questions, they have answers.
Okay.
Like if you want to get on there and be like, hey, I'm doing this, this, and this, I need help. But they're like, bam, they're on there like, all right, this is what you should do. These guys know this, these guys know that. We've heard this works well. Like they're out to help build the community.
They're like a connector rod kind of
Yeah,
for the,
they're
you know,
like-
for everybody
yeah.
to go through. Okay.
They
that's
made
cool.
themselves pretty big in
Yeah.
that scene.
Yeah, real cool guys there.
And that's what everyone says. They're really helpful, really cool.
And it's weird. Like I think they're such cool guys. I got one probably 5 miles, not even 5 miles from my house, a brew store.
Mm.
But I make the trek out to go see Adventures in Homebrewing whenever I need my supplies.
Yeah.
Nice.
I hear nothing but good things about them.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Untapped app is?
Yeah.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Do
know
you?
if you had. Oh yeah,
We do. We
Yeah,
frequent that a
yep.
lot.
Oh.
We use it every week. Every
It
time we
helps
have
us
a new
with,
beer, and
yeah, when we're going out to purchase, we're like, well, what the fuck exactly is this? And we'll look it up and be like, all right, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I got that. Because much like I'm a sucker for a story, I'm somewhat of a sucker for a label.
Oh, yeah.
I've bought quite a few beers.
just
by
based on the
label.
label.
Oh, we do that often.
They're garbage.
Often. Yeah. And then you get them, you're like, huh, all right, that was a bad choice. Good labeling, but, okay.
Yeah, so if I try something new, I grab that, and I'm like, all right.
Let's actually see what this fucker is.
Yeah.
See people's reviews. I don't really trust other people's reviews too much because they're people like, oh, this is get a 5 out of 5. And then you
Dude,
look
he-
at their other reviews and they're all 5s. And you're
Jay
like,
was
"Oh."
buying beer months ago for the show based on the cap.
This is true.
If he couldn't decide between 2 or 3 beers, whichever one had the coolest bottle cap,
Yeah.
that's what we were drinking.
It's like, ah, that one has a wiener dog sold.
Yeah.
And that's fair.
We have a shelf of our contenders of best labels.
Those are the best
on the
labels
Okay,
that we've
okay.
had so far.
in order from left to right.
I'm going to disagree
Well,
with the first two. If we're
Yeah,
going in
we-
order, the half had. I'm still voting for the half.
I'm going to walk away.
yeah.
For
Okay.
A second.
Yeah,
he's
go
gonna
ahead, check 'em out.
peruse our wares.
Mhm. Uh
Shut
oh.
up.
Uh oh.
Stop thief. Or maybe not be like exactly in order, but seriously, anything after the can to the left, I like the amber ale. And compared to like
We've had over 50 different kinds too, so
Right, yeah.
some of the labels are just nonsense. You know,
this
Right.
is true.
there's nothing going on there.
Some of the breweries don't really put too much
No,
quality or emphasis in the packaging as much as they should.
I am a fan, however, of one of tonight's beers. The
This is
label,
true.
just because I
It's
like
very
owls.
pretty.
You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, that one's good.
I'm a fan of owls myself.
this is Bell's Best Brown Ale,
Mhm.
American Brown Ale, a smooth, toasty brown ale brewed with American hops, best enjoyed with the changing of the seasons, which we're almost there.
We're on the cusp of
We're
that.
working on it. And it's funny. I'm looking up there, and I see that you guys got the Fontina,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right? So I remember, because I live in the neighborhood, when Speed Cult, or when Shorts released their Speed Cult series,
Yeah.
if you will.
There's what 3 or 4 different brews in that series, right?
Yeah, and so Fontina looks like a Tina that I know that is friends with those guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you were like,
So I walk over to her one day. I'm like,
hey, are you fun, Tina?
and her response was, "No, I'm the funner Tina." I'm like,
Nice.
oh? She's like, yeah. Well, and then, but about 2 months ago, she quit and went to work for those guys.
oh,
so,
okay. Things add up.
Yeah.
You do the math.
The other beer we have, if you want to give that one a go real quick.
Oh, yeah.
We had 2 beers tonight.
We're fancy, folks.
Well, I bought a treat, so.
Oh yeah, we still got
This
that
is
one
true.
too.
We
yeah.
haven't tapped into that one quite yet.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab it while you do this part.
Okay. That seems,
It's actually going to complement the brown very well.
Yeah. Should I get a couple glasses real quick?
You guys can split it if you want, or if you want to get glasses, or if you want to share it. Whatever. I'm Nathan Picky.
So the other beer we're having, the second, shall I say, out of the 3, is from Green Bush Brewing, out of Sawyer, Michigan.
Great brewery.
They do fun stuff, not gonna lie, and they have amazing fucking names for their beer. And I was talking to John many times on the podcast. It's just surprising about how many quality fucking craft beers that Michigan produces, like in comparison to the rest of the country.
I believe we're number one.
By a lot.
If we're not, I know California and Colorado is up there as well.
Colorado's making a move.
And I think one of the big things is in California, you get West Coast hops specific to them.
True.
Good for us, I guess. On another note, is the best place in the world to grow hops is on the 45th parallel, right?
Yeah, that's
200 miles north.
yeah.
Actually, I don't even think it's
Not even that
north,
far, no.
Right? So
We're right in that fucking sweet spot.
If you go over to the west side of the state and you start heading up,
Oh, Traverse City, all that shit.
actually,
like,
I think south of Traverse City or even more east of Traverse, you get inland, and it's just hop farms all up and down. Just
But, like Traverse City has something like some ungodly number of microbreweries that are all putting out like really good stuff.
again, me,
Yeah, snob.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, being around that many people.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that, but I would definitely like take a weekend, go up and do like a bar crawl
Sure.
and
sure.
not try to interact with as many people as possible. Or just go there, walk in, get a growler, walk out, and then have my own little like, all right, we got 16 growlers, let's do business.
One we did a couple years ago for an anniversary. We did Paddle for Pints up there. in
Ooh,
Traverse.
yeah.
Oh, what a blast! Right?
Sounds like a good time where you
Yeah.
can like go up to the docks. Like some of the breweries have like a dock to themselves where you can put in orders in the boat.
Yep. Yeah. That was
Oh, that's
fun.
smooth.
Yeah.
That is really smooth. Did you already do this one?
Now, yeah, we started
okay.
talking
All right.
beer while we were talking beer.
Gotcha. There's a lot of beer.
So from Green Bush Brewing from Sawyer, Michigan, we have Distorter. It's a porter, a stoutish porter with a touch of porter-ish stout.
That's the reason I bought the beer, just because of that tagline. I was like, man, that's some clever shit.
The details that they have on the Untapped app. We live in confusing times, and Distorter offers up its own ball of confusion, robustly blurring the lines between porter and stout. A dark, roasty coffee, smooth, sweet are the top tags on this bad boy.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it too.
I like the Bells better.
I do. I'm more
It's
of
a different beast.
Yeah, it
but
is,
I like
completely.
it better for sure.
but I tend to gear.
Smoother.
Yeah, I focus more on brown ales.
Well,
Fucking love them.
you want to talk about smooth? This little tasty treat you brought us tonight from Beards Brewery, Serendipity Porter. Smooth, sexy, chocolatey, subtle, and smokiness.
And they're out of Petoskey, Michigan.
Yeah, Petoskey's getting a couple breweries now.
Shit's good.
Oh, they're getting big.
Give it a shot here.
From when I first visited them, because when I first went there, you could only
Wow.
drink in their tap room. You couldn't even get a growler to go.
Really?
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were tiny.
This is tasty, folks. Very, very smooth.
But we went there recently, I think a week or two ago. And
So
then
this hasn't made its way downstate yet.
I don't think
Beards,
so.
because I haven't seen any in the
No,
store
not in
anywhere.
stores.
I
no.
bought that at the brewery,
Okay.
and then
We'll definitely give them a shout out.
Like I said, I dumped that batch that I was supposed to bring for you guys to try tonight.
Right.
And,
In glorious fashion.
try to redeem myself a little bit.
Hey, no, yeah, you did well. I appreciate it.
I do too. So, all right. This one's called Serendipity by Beards Brewing out of Petoskey, Michigan. It is a sweet and smooth porter that has pronounced chocolatey flavors and a subtle smokiness. And when they say smooth, I would say this is the smoothest beer that we've had on
Smooth
the show.
shit. That
El
one,
Dancarino was pretty fucking smooth.
the one from Canada.
Yo, yeah.
That was smooth too. That one we had.
Le Monde, something
La
else.
Fin
La
du
Fin
Monde. Yeah, that was pretty smooth. This might
That
be
was more
smoother.
champagne-y.
This is
Kinda.
smooth shit right here. I like this.
Yeah.
I don't really taste chocolate.
They always say chocolate, but I think
Just a
that's more
hint.
like the
Just a hint. Okay.
for coloring, possibly. I don't know.
So, in your sweetness, it's not like it's more of a dark chocolate that
Okay.
that
More like
is
baker's
saturated
chocolate,
the grain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
or
it,
semi-sweet, maybe.
it could be a secondary fermentation where it sits with that chocolate
Okay.
and absorbs.
Who knows? It depends on the recipe and.
Yeah, there's a couple different avenues they could go down.
Do you use chocolate in any of your brews or no?
I use chocolate grain.
Okay.
I don't secondary.
Is it white chocolate?
No.
No. Would you ever dabble in the white chocolate?
No.
No.
I like how you looked away in disgust.
Is there anybody watching me say this? No. I remember this guy brought me some moonshine, and you were like, it may or may not have turpentine in it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm like, oh, sweet.
Sold. I
You,
mean,
like you found it in a storage unit or
Oh.
something. It was some ridiculous story.
you sure it wasn't this may or may not be turpentine?
Right, right.
No, that one I didn't think it had turpentine. I think I said that one may or may not have, or may or may not be Popcorn Sutton's moonshine.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh.
what
I
it
think,
was. That's
I
what
think
it
the
was.
other one may or may not from Three Freaking Louie
Yeah, there you go.
may or may not have a turpentine.
That's
in
a whole nother story for a whole
That-
nother show.
That
there,
sounds
boy.
very like reliable, like a guarantee. It's
yeah.
like, oh, who made that three finger Louie?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck yeah, bring it.
Yeah, and so he's trying to sell me on this moonshine all weekend down in Tennessee, right? He's like, I don't even care, man. Just try it. You don't gotta buy my shine. You just gotta try it. It's the best shine you'll ever drink. I'm a third generation moonshiner or fourth. I don't remember now. Right? And he held up his hand, and it was a Simpson hand. And it's not like he was just missing a digit, right? Like, his fingers were spaced out
Like
apart.
perfectly.
Yeah, and just
Like there
minus-
doesn't need to be 5. Fuck it.
Yep. So, after the festival on Face Space, we see somebody. They got a tattoo that it just said "Shine On, Muddy Roots,
Okay.
2000 whatever," right? And it was Three Finger Louie's hand.
You're like, I know that hand.
I drank whiskey from that hand.
And of course, the "Shine On," right?
Right,
yeah.
Duh. I'm like, right, because I think he came over to our camp. He started hassling us at like fucking 9 in the morning, right?
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm like, bud, let me get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, let
and
me
some
actually
whiskey
wake
in
up
me,
and like sober up and then get drunk
Some
again.
low-grade whiskey before I start doing shots of moonshine.
Well, it's not even low grade.
from a Simpson hand.
I guess there's this. If I wake up and I drink Jameson and coffee, I know how I'm going to ease into my day.
You know what that day's going to be like.
Right?
Yeah, that's a very
Yeah.
specific day. Like,
like,
I don't have to work for the
Let
next 2
me-
days.
Yeah. let
I'm
me
doing
get
yard
here.
work.
Let me get here, Louie. Right? So he hasses us all weekend. And I want to say it was... Actually, it wasn't even all weekend because he was fucking shit-faced. But who wasn't?
This was a 3-hour period.
We
Louie.
We ran into him at like 11 o'clock that night. And because we had ran into him throughout the day. And it's, you want to try this now? Right? And I was feeling pretty rough. I'm like, oh, I'm going to pass.
Not right now.
Yeah, right. Still, right. It took me a good 12 hours to ease into it. So
By then, I'm ready for sleep.
yeah,
Shit.
pretty much. He comes running over at like, I want to say midnight.
So like 45 minutes later.
No, we ran into him at 10 or at 9 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
all right.
all day.
Jeez.
Yeah, we had run into him multiple times. He comes over, like he sees us, and his face lights up like he knows us. Like we're long lost
It's
best
time.
friends,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, hey, and his face drops. Like he realizes he has no idea who I am.
For that 3 seconds, he was like, I know that. Fuck. Who is
Who
that
are
guy?
you? Oh, shit.
It's going on the collage.
Yeah. So next time you're on the show,
We'll have to get
'cause
aired.
we're pumping our time here. So
Well, we got a lot going on.
the next time you're on, we have to talk about the things that we did in high school.
Oh
Because
man,
there are some stories. I've actually told a few on the show already. So,
I have one quick one.
and real quick, the three-fingered Louie story.
yes,
That weekend ends with a motorcycle ride through a monsoon, and I would love to get your take on it next time you're over, because I know that's going to be a whole thing.
that was
Just
the
to
best,
tease the listener a little bit the next time Pez shows up.
that was the best ride I've ever been on.
Right,
Damn.
the best 20 miles an hour I've ever been on a motorcycle, getting pelted with rain.
Knees in the breeze.
Mm-hmm.
So, real quick, the first time I got drunk was at your graduation party, John.
Nice.
Oh man,
And it was also the first time that I met Pez.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't meet Pez until sometime in the morning. So throughout the night, Aaron kept handing me these beers. He was like, "Here, take a drink." And I thought it was cool because he was including me, like, "Oh, we're drinking together. This is awesome." He was just having me drink the foam and a little bit of the actual beer. But throughout the course of the night, I got kind of fucked up because not being a drinker at that point. Yeah. And
Kind of
being
young.
Yeah, and young, yeah. So at the end of the night, a lot of people ended up in your basement to sleep or pass out.
Yeah.
And somewhere, I don't know what time it was, couldn't fucking tell you how long I was sleeping, I popped up and looked around, and there's like, I don't know, 8 or 9 people just surrounded me on the floor, like scattered all about. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. I don't remember all these people when I came down here. I don't recall coming down here. Sweet. And I look over, and on the couch against the back wall, Casey's sitting there in just a pair of shorts. This is lowrider days, like shaved head, no beard, big ass fucking chain. I look over and he's like, "Hey." I was like, "Hello, I don't know you." And he just looked at me, smiled, and then shook his head back and forth really fast. Going, "Rah." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna lay back down and not talk to that
There you
person."
go back to sleep. The crazy guy's awake.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that was the first time I got drunk and the first time that I met Pez.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's still vivid in my mind, so I mean, you made a lasting impression.
I must have.
I met him in math class.
Was it math?
Yeah, it was a friend of ours, mutual friend that I didn't know you knew, and I was in my seat in class, and because of alphabetical order, he sat right behind me, and you were a couple of seats behind that. And he walked in, and I remember saying hi to him, and he got past me, and you two started jawing with each other because you were friends, and I didn't know that. And I remember, like, taking exception to it, like, who the fuck's this guy? He's talking to my friend like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, not
this
very
asshole
long,
doing?
right? Not very long after, we've been friends ever since.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It has been. I mean,
25 years, 24 years,
something like that. Yeah.
23 years maybe. I think I was a sophomore in high school when we met, and you were a freshman. I think it was that year.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So we're looking at 23 years now.
Wow.
In that time, my family adopted you.
This
Yeah.
is true.
Your family adopted me. So,
Yeah, rightfully so.
yep,
Pez is technically a cousin.
yep. I have,
And I feel like I am too. So.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
part of the fold.
you know, pretty much the whole family. You know, real
Yeah.
well. At least the local family. You know,
Yeah.
extremely well. So yeah. Good times, man. Like I said,
Indeed.
next time you come on, we'll rehash some
Some,
old
fun
old
stories.
memories.
Oh man.
The lowrider days, the stealing garbage can lids, and remember the newspapers? We used to drive around and steal people's newspapers out of their mailbox, and we would put like 9 newspapers in one bag and put it on the porch of somebody who didn't get the paper.
Yeah, just stupid shit.
Yeah,
The shit you found funny, but
Yeah,
everyone else
hell
is
yeah.
just like, who the fuck keeps stealing my paper? Then the other person's like, why do I have 15 newspapers in a ripped up bag?
shoved into
Oh,
one
yeah.
bag. I mean, just
It's not easy to
crammed
get
in
fucking
there.
2 in there.
Right.
So
Yeah, good times.
Life goals.
Plenty of good stories to tell the next time you come by for sure.
and you're welcome back anytime.
All right. Well, I'll be back next week. Tell Jeannie and Jess that I will not be back.
Apparently they're getting bumped.
Hey, crash the show. It's
Or
always,
not.
always a
Actually,
good time.
I did say that I will bring some of my brew next time. So
Okay.
If you have it ready, absolutely. Bring it by. Like I said, come by for the fights if you want, man.
True.
If you got something ready, bring it. If not, no big deal.
I won't, but I might stop by.
Yeah. So we want to thank Bells.
We got a few.
It is the best brown ale.
That is a fact.
second. I would say it's the second best brown ale.
Green Bush Brewing.
Quality product.
What is that? Sawyer, Michigan?
Yep, out of Sawyer.
Yeah.
And the
Distorter.
dark horse, the surprise.
No, that was
Well, it's
Beards.
not. I know it's
Beards.
Beards,
No,
but I
it's
say
the-
dark horse as in like
Oh.
came from
Didn't
the
see
back.
it coming.
Yeah, I should have used a different analogy instead of
Right.
another Michigan brewery. But
Right.
it's kind of hard with
The
so many.
sleeper.
The sleeper. There's probably like the sleeper out of fucking like
Mm-hmm.
Keweenaw, Michigan. Sorry.
Yeah, tomorrow that'll happen.
You're welcome. We come up with a lot of good
Trademark.
trademark good ideas.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna trade trademark that right now.
Yeah.
For
You
my-
gonna
for
you
my
gonna name
brewery.
one of them?
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah. We'll call it the Sleeper Brewery.
I like it.
Done.
You can just name one of the beers the sleeper.
The
'Cause it'll
sleeper.
put you to
yeah.
sleep. You got options.
Who was
'cause
the
it's already
wrestler that
trademarked.
did the sleeper move all
the
the
$1
time?
Million Dream?
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase.
Yep, that's it.
Now I got to go out and brew a big beer to make it a sleeper.
You don't have to.
No, I do.
You do. You really do.
I got to make it so malty and delicious and happy, welcoming.
Can you call it the CHC sleeper?
Ooh. You don't.
Okay. All right.
Sweet.
You don't have to put that in. You just put it on like the label somewhere if you ever get to the point of making.
Yeah, you can
labels.
just call it the sleeper, but just
Yeah,
put CHC in the
somewhere in
corner,
there.
you know, just so we're on the label.
No.
That'd be
no,
sweet.
No, it's gonna be your logo.
Sweet.
And it's gonna say sleeper underneath it,
I love it.
dig it.
or above it. I guess looking at your logo, it'll be
Well,
above it.
We've got new logos.
Spoiler
coming.
alert.
We've got new logos coming. So
Oh.
yeah, no, that's a good thing. It's a good thing.
All right.
We'll let it. We maybe you want to ride with the new logo. We'll see.
I'll show you a preliminary.
We have options for you, but if you're gonna name, yeah, that'd be sweet, dude.
Well, it's
We're-
gonna be a while. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna brew.
That's cool.
First, and then,
That's cool. At that point, we will be as cool as the last Blockbuster video store.
There we go. That's true. Moving on up.
I might use that and put a little cloud up in the right corner,
Okay.
like up here, right? It says sleeper there.
I dig it.
Or
Yay!
or just kind of wrap it, right? And say sleeper across the top, and then say CHC across the bottom.
You do what you need to do, sir.
Stamp it.
Boom.
Double stampies, no erases.
Mark it down. The sleeper was Beards Brewery, Serendipity Porter. That was some good shit.
was
We
delightful.
appreciate you bringing it by. That was awesome.
The smoothest beer I've ever had. Hands
Arguably.
down. Arguably.
Debatably. Is that a word? No, that's not a word.
Debatable.
Debatable. Boom.
Top two, I would say.
So what he's saying is go to Petoskey, Michigan, to Beards Brewery.
Yes.
If you find yourself in the Petoskey area
Yes.
and you're a fan of beer,
Yes.
you go on and you make that turn into their parking lot.
Cheers. I hope they get up north again one day.
Yeah.
You know, life and all.
You know, kids.
No, they go all the time with the wife.
Oh, that's true. Working.
Work,
Jobs.
Job, show, yard work, beer,
Skunks.
skunks. Fuck that. Fuck that skunk.
That little punk hasn't been back. That's all I'm saying.
True. True. I cut the grass again today. I was like, I'm cutting your shit again. I don't want no skunks. But we want to thank you for coming by.
Pez,
We
big
appreciate it,
thank you.
dude.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you get some time, let us know. Come on by again.
No,
All right.
We appreciate it. Like
Always
I
an
said,
open seat for you.
any Sunday night, crash a show.
All right.
They won't mind.
Just
I
show
might.
up.
I might.
Maybe nobody's here, and
Yeah.
boom, whatever. But we do want to thank the listeners
As always.
for checking back in, episode 44. Real quick, should we do, or do you want to just save the whole process for next week?
I think that
we'll just leave it for next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The horror movie brackets are ready to go. We're going to have a new way to fill out your bracket and submit it. And then we'll have the voting on the Facebook page just like normal. So it should be fun. But stay tuned for that. We will see you next week. Robaz, bitches.
Oh.
What kind of bush league shit is this?